How many balls can I run in a row? Okay, I'm going to break and then you'll see me try and pot any order and see how many balls we can get. And as you can see, I'm talking but you can't hear me. Sorry about that, the sound wasn't working, but I'm doing a over voice so you guys can still understand what I'm saying. So if you see my lips move, it's not me talking now because I'm doing it on the voice recorder. So alright, so the idea is you've got to pot any order and see how many you can get. So straight away I take advantage of pot the black. How often do you get to pot the black first? Alright, so that's what I was just saying. So now just going to pot any order. Give this a go and see how many you can actually get. So you've got to clear the table, all the balls, then rack them up again and go again until you miss. And as I said, you get to break and you get one shot after the break each time. So even if you pot the cue ball, you get to bring the cue ball back out and put it behind the balk line and continue until you miss. Okay, this is very good practice for just getting into your rhythm and potting balls and thinking about how to get balls out and stuff like that. So as you can see, just clearing them up nicely. And you can get into your nice flowing rhythm doing this. So build your confidence up, just potting balls. And you'll start to realise when to go down to get your tricky balls out. And if you want some coaching too, by the way, I've opened up a new coaching vault, okay, on YouTube. So check that out. And you'll be able to learn all the fundamentals. 13 videos I've just released onto YouTube. So check it out. Find out how to get access, comment and vault. And I will gladly send you the details. Alright, so that's one rack done. Let's rack them up again. That's 15 balls. So going to fast forward so you guys don't have to sit there and watch me rack them. So here we go. Break, as I said, you get one shot after the break. So the cue ball goes in. You go down, get the cue ball, go back behind the balk line and start anywhere you want from behind the balk line, but you only get one shot. So I decided to start on the yellow. Alright, so this is very good practice. Have you done this before? Put in the comment section if you've done it before. How far have you got? How far do you think I will get in this video? Do you think I will get to 2 racks? 3 racks? 4? 5? More? Put it in the comment section before you get to the end. Alright, it's very good practice. As you can see, you have to knock in everything and it's very good practice, as I said. Just about to hit the big 300,000 followers too on my Facebook channel, so very proud to get that far. And this video is a little bit of a test to see on Longview content. Been told to post it in 9.16, so I'm going to try it like that. So this is a little bit of a test run, but it's still good content for you guys to watch. And it was fun to do. Alright, so getting down to the last few balls this rack. And then once we pot these last 3 balls, as I said, you need to rack them up again. And then you break and you get another shot after the break and continue. So because I've done 2 racks in a row, this will bring the total to 30 balls. So see how big a score you can rack up. So that's 30, fast forward. So you don't have to watch me rack them up. And you can set them up any order, don't have to be in order, okay? So here we go. Sometimes you get good breaks, sometimes you get tricky ones. So you might get an easy starter straight away, or you might get a hard one, and that could just stop you straight away. So still got to get a good few splits, and still got to play some good shots when the balls are a little bit tricky. So as I said, it's very good practice. And you'll see, even in America, they do a lot of this stuff, where they run racks and see what scores they can get. They get up to, some of them 300-400 balls, which I've done that before, but I sort of stop before I get that far because I get bored of it. But if I'm in the mode, I'll do a few. Here we go. As we're playing to get rid of all the balls again, still got to take your time, you can't rush. Still got to work out which balls, what order you want to do, how you want to approach getting to the bad balls. So it's not just a matter of just pot and land anywhere. You still got to think of your pattern play. So into almost completing this rack, and once I clear this all up, it will bring the total to 45 balls, and you try and keep going and going and going, see what score you can actually rack up. As I said, if you haven't seen this before, give it a go. It's great practice. Any level player can have a go at this. So give it a go, and then put in your comment in the comment section of how many you actually got. I'd be curious to know people's scores. And we drop this yellow in, and that is another out. So total of 45 balls now. Then you rack them up again, break, and I do apologise for the sound of the balls not being there. I don't know why it stopped working. It was plugged in to the camera, but for some reason, I don't know why, I'm still yet to work it out, why the sound didn't work. But I thought video's too good to be wasted. I'm just gonna voice over and still let you guys watch it. So I do apologise for that, but in future I'll try my best to have it working. Try to have my videos at the best quality for you guys. Been out and bought cameras and stuff like that to get better quality. So as I said, I do apologise for it. I do my best to give you guys the best quality and provide the best content on the internet. Alright, so into this rack. Just trying to work out the pattern of where to go, where I can just keep control of the cue ball and where I can land on balls nice and easy. As I said, you get to get into your rhythm and flow and build your confidence. Okay, you want to try and do this where you're not taking a long time to play a shot. Just get down, fall into your normal rhythm. And just pop the balls. Had a good look at this one because I didn't realise it was almost touching ball. I actually thought it was on quite easy. I was almost going to play the other one, and I had another quick look and I'm like, I think it's just on. Come around the other side, have a better look from the other side. So I probably should have checked this, but I did play the land on that one, but was on. Just have to have a good look at it. Sometimes you look at balls and think, yeah, they're on easy, and then when you get around to actually, once you're right behind it, you're like, hang on, That looks a little bit tricky. Okay, pop this one into the top pocket, just run through. Getting down to the last 3 balls. Realising if I just pop this one, I'm on the yellow, I've just got a natural angle where I can just play right hand side and just float over, be right behind the red. Nothing tricky. And that's another rack. So we now have a total of 60 balls been potted so far. Will I get to 100, 200? Type in the comments before I get there, or before I miss, or if something goes wrong, put in the comment section. What's going to happen? Do I miss? Do I have something go wrong? Giving you a hint here. But put in the comment section. How far do you think I will get? As we are getting closer to the end of the video. But we're not at the end yet. Has anyone taken note how long this video goes? As I said, this is all about still thinking about what you got to do. You get tricky balls, you got to make them on. I just made 2 balls that were on, not on, sorry, and bumped them so they're on. And now, taking advantage, potting one now and knocking out another one. So you still got to promote balls when you do this stuff. Again, the black, I'm looking at those 2 yellows to the side. Want to try and promote. Got them open, good, nice. So you still got to think about what you do when you do this. So don't just get down and just pop balls. Still got to think of your pattern play. Okay, just drop this one in, nice and soft. They all link, it's just a matter of controlling the cue ball. Trying to move the cue ball around minimal as possible. And take advantage sometimes of when you need to come down for another ball. Like that then. Now this one, I give myself options to land on 2 balls. Just playing a drag shot with left hand side. And I'll land on the yellow or the red into the middle. As you can see, I've got that choice, and this is where I just say to myself, okay, how do I actually want to finish this out? Alright, so I'd rather just pop this one and go down for the one that's down the other end of the table after I pop these 2. So all I have to do is just drop this one in, and now just play a little drag shot, a little bit of left hand side, bounce back out. And I hit it a little, but it's still quite easy pot. So, what's our total now after we knock this one in? It is 75 balls. As I said, have a go guys. Put in the comment section how far you got. Did you get 15 balls, 8 balls, 50 balls, 100 balls, 200? You got to 1,000? Please show me. Love to see that. Alright, here we go. Another break. When am I going to miss, guys? What's going to happen here? Just drop this one in. And this is where I had a look. I was going to play the bump into the black and all that off this one, but I'll come around. As I said, you've got to think about your pattern. Realise I'm going to pop this one and get right behind that one that's on the cushion. Because I'd rather clear this one away. So I'll play this one left-handed. Quite surprised my arm's not as bent as I thought it was, playing left-handed. Okay, so now, trying to clear up a few balls before I get into the black and that. So this is where I sit there and I have a good think about what I want to do. So I decide to just drop the yellow into the middle pocket. Because we got to think ahead sometimes and think, how can I clear it where there's not going to be, if I bump into them, there's not going to be much traffic after I bump into them. So I have a look at that one, just roll this one in, a little bit of left hand side, because I want to get on that one that's above the black. Got a nice angle now to bump into them, but again, as I said, you don't want to bump them and get smothered. This is why I stopped and had a little bit of a think and realised, well, if I pot this one and then play that shot, this opens things right up. If I pot the one into the corner and pot the other one, then go into them, I can control exactly the cannon. And that's what you need. You need to be able to control your cannon. So a little bit of side. And now this is where it can't go wrong when you play to knock these two. If you land nicely like this and you play just to flip that top ball, you're 100% going to be on one of them. And because I'm on this one into the left corner, and I've got a really nice angle where I can just float down for the one up the other end of the table, just playing a little bit of right hand side. And I just have to land just a little bit below that red so I can get back down the table. So as I say, you've got to think about your patterns. This is lots of fun to do, guys. Give it a go. A little bit of side to come down. As you can see how handy side is if you learn how to use it. Don't have to hit the ball hard. You let the side do the work for you. Especially on new cloth. Don't have to hit balls hard. Just a matter of cueing through the ball nicely. So after I pot this one, we have a total of 90. Getting close to the 100. Will I get to the 100, guys? Put it in the comment section. Do you think I'm going to get there? Here we go. Doesn't matter if the cue ball goes in. We still get to put the cue ball behind the balk line and get one shot. So have a look. I'm going to get rid of this ball that's to the side cushion a little bit. That's right near me on the left. Just trying to think where I can come out. So give myself a little bit of angle where I can just play a little soft stun screw and come out and have a choice of balls. Okay. Now, straight away I'm having a look. I've got a group of 3 over the other side and the 2 down in the middle of the table where you rack the balls up near that cushion. Now I want to break them open straight away. That way I'm going to be on one because I've got one on the left side and one on the right side. So if I play to break into them now, it's pretty hard for this to go wrong. So that's what I do, play to break them open. That's landed nicely. So the only problem left is those 3 yellows to the left. So just got to get to them. So now I just come up a little bit. I want to go up a little bit higher. I was trying to get an angle where I can screw off and kick the yellow on the side cushion. So I just haven't landed right there. But then I realised I can play red onto yellow and break those yellows open now. So take advantage of getting everything in the open here. Okay, now I have to play a delicate screw shot into the middle pocket. Knocks that one out. So, as I said, this is lots of fun, guys. Give it a go. And I do apologise for having no sound, except for my voice talking right now. But it's just a test run, this video anyway. Trying to do some long content, and I'm trying to find the best way to post these videos. So, alright, so overhit that one. Didn't want to land bridging over the top of this one, but doesn't hurt to practice bridging over balls, I always say. So when you're bridging over balls, just try to make sure you got a nice solid bridge and you're not holding the cue too far back is the key. A lot of people hold the cue too far back on those type of shots, and that's why they lose control of the cue. Okay, so we're getting closer to the end of this rack. And does anyone know how many balls I've potted so far? Put it in the comment section before we get to the end. Alright, so 4 balls remaining. Which one is your next choice? Keeping it nice and simple. Try not to move the cue ball around much. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, guys. And pop this ball, and that's another rack. So the total of 105 balls in a row. Here we go. Let's break again. Okay, so let's have a look at this layout. Now they're actually bunched together awkwardly here, but you just have to think about which way you're going to go. Like, yeah, I could have put the yellow into the corner and knocked the red to the side, but I'm not really going to land on anything if I do that. So this is why I decided I'm going to pop this one in the middle first and run through and try getting amongst these balls down the other end. And this shot, I had to stop and have just a little bit of a think. I can't just roll it in and 100% going to be on one nicely. I have to make sure I land in the gap of the red and the yellow to be on the one over the hole. So just going to drop this one in nice and soft, and I have to land in the gap, which I have. And this opens everything now. Now I'm a chance of controlling and starting to open balls up. Okay, so just play a little soft stun screw off the next shot. Thought it was that shot, but drag shot. Alright, it's this one, stun screw. Trying to remember all the shots that I played while I'm talking. Alright, so I play a little stun screw shot here, just to come back for one into the middle pocket, because I want to get rid of those 2 balls, especially when I can, without bumping into them. So I realised just now I can land on one into the middle pocket, and then I can go down for the other ones up the other end. So thinking ahead as always. So now I know I can pop this one and go up the other end of the table, and this is where I can clear up some of the balls up the other end, and then come back down and get the nice angle that I need to get on the balls down this end. So this shot is where you just got to pot it and float down nicely for one of the 3 that are where the black spot is. Okay, trying to get on the yellow. Just didn't get on the yellow. That's the one I was looking at. Now I realise, well, I can pop the one and bounce off and come back over. So or I can play this one and break them up. And I decided I'm just going to break these up, stun screw, and still be on that one. So that was a good choice. And now this is where you still got to think about what you're doing and be careful with what you're doing. So this one, I try to come around the angles, a little bit of left hand side, not hitting hard, letting the side do the work. I need to come down. I was trying to land nicely on the red that's next to the yellow, but I wanted to be on the one really with a little bit more angle, just so I could just drop it in, and then I'd have it where I push one of the reds towards the middle, and then I'd be able to get that yellow out that's near my hand, but wasn't to be. And this is where I tried to kick a ball. I made it a little bit tricky here. So now I've sort of run out of position here. Could play the double and open things up, but I see I've got a nice angle where if I drop this one into the middle pocket cup and I play just a touch of right hand side, I should be nicely on one of the two that are down the rails. So a little bit of right hand side. Now I am on the one down the rail, but I thought I'd be closer. And then I realised, hey, there's a Jackie on, which I didn't spot that, but I should have spotted it. So you do learn even when you're watching your videos again. It pays to have a good look. Keep looking for stuff. Alright, so now this shot I've got a little bit of angle, only just, so I'll play a screw shot and I'll try flip the red out after coming off the back cushion. So just didn't get into it enough. So I've left myself tricky here. Got to play a good pot, 2 good pots to finish this rack. As I said, guys, I've opened up a new coaching course on YouTube. Check it out, the Coaching Vault. Go onto my channel and on my videos, comment Vault, and I will send you how you can join up. Alright guys, here goes for another rack, a total of 120 balls. So then that one goes, 120 balls. Then I realise I'm having a look at the camera in a minute. As you'll see, I had to stop, unfortunately, because watch, when I turn around, I look and I see the sound is not turned on and I wasn't happy, so I stopped. Alright guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.